All right, welcome back at 8:13. Missouri lawmakers are back in Jefferson City. This year's legislative session is already shaping up to be a big one, from Governor Kehoe's push to phase out the state income tax to new budget concerns and lingering political tension. Here to break down the key issues and what this means for you at home is our political editor, Mark Maxwell. Mark, thanks for waking up early.
Glad to be here. Good morning, Mercedes.
Of course. So there's a lot to talk about, but let's first start with the State of the State address. Just from your opinion, how do you think it went?
I always loved a State of the State or a State of the Union address because you get that one big word from the president, from the governor. What is the state of our country? What is the state of our state? And they usually have one word. Well, 1 year into this job, Governor Kehoe's big word was stagnant. That kind of caught me by surprise. Here's a governor who's saying Republicans have been in power for decades in Missouri. I'm the governor now, in the big job for a year, and our population is stagnant. Our economy is stuck, maybe sliding to the back of the pack. What he was doing, though, pardon me, I had some empanadas this morning for breakfast, and it's kind of getting me caught up.
Yeah, you also, Mark came in with his coffee and was concerned he didn't have a table
right from
for
coffee
it.
stand.
Yeah.
But the big thing that the governor's trying to do here is make his case. He's building an argument that the state needs a spark. It needs a drive. And the way he's going to try to do that is by cutting your income taxes. Right now, 4.7% of your check comes out. Who wouldn't want to hear that? If I offered you a 4.7% raise, you taking it?
Right.
You might. What if I told you that all the money you spend is going to have a lot more sales taxes on it and that you wouldn't really see the offset there, the trade-off? That's the argument Democrats will be making. So we saw the governor in his State of the State really lay out a big plan to phase out the Missouri state income tax over the next 5 years and join the small host of other states that also don't tax your paycheck.
And that was one of the biggest takeaways. And if the income tax is eliminated, the state has to make that revenue up somewhere. So what alternatives like expanding the sales tax base or adjusting property taxes are lawmakers actually considering at this point in
Well,
time?
I know how much you love your Netflix.
Yeah.
Get ready for that to be taxed. Your
Okay.
Spotify account, your you name it, your Amazon subscriptions. He's looking at the digital tax base, a lot of stuff that has moved to the internet. Think about it. In the 1980s, most of your commerce was done at a brick and mortar store, a local shop somewhere. A lot of your commerce now happens online, and the Supreme Court set this precedent years ago that said you could start to tax those sales. But it's not just the things you buy, it's the subscriptions that you have. All of this commerce that's moving, fewer and fewer people own stuff, land, more and more people rent stuff. And so we're seeing, as the dollars move away from ownership, we're seeing the tax structure also evolve to capture all that revenue as well. So that's kind of where he says or signaled the state may be heading. I'm not so sure that's going to be an easy sell, even among some Republicans who fear they have to face re-election and they're going to be the ones stuck with taxing your Amazon right before they have to face the voters, and there's no real promise that the income tax will ever be phased out. Voters have to decide that, and it wouldn't happen for 5 years. The sales taxes might start now.
Yeah.
So it's a big trade-off there.
Another thing that is always talked about a lot, but especially this year, was crime in Missouri,
Yeah.
guns as well. They talked about juvenile reform as well. What were some of your takeaways in terms of the crime aspect of his speech?
We heard Governor, and I know you've been covering some of this, Governor Kehoe signaled he's going to crack down on teen violent crime as well. And the way they do that, they might start opening up the transparent. Right now, the laws really protect teens and their privacy, even if they've been accused of bad stuff.
Yeah.
Well, this scoring system might be switched a little bit so that the courts and law enforcement can more accurately follow a repeat teen offender. That'll be interesting to watch. You mentioned crime. This is a little offbeat, but I got to tell you about a conversation I had with St. Louis police yesterday. You just played that clip before the break about the monkeys. St. Louis police, top brass, they don't know who that officer supposedly was that said they spotted the monkey. It's been a little like mystery hunt inside the St. Louis Police Department themselves. They heard the health department or someone claimed a police officer called it in or something. They've been asking around. No police officer has come forward internally to say, I saw the monkey. We don't know who that supposed officer was.
What, the heat just keeps coming.
Just to add to the intrigue.
Just to add to it. No, we
I'm here
went
to cover
from
the other zoo, not to cover the monkeys.
We went from the State of the State to the monkeys, but
Yeah.
you're talking about the important stuff, Mark.
Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, all right. Thanks so much. Okay, we'll be right back.